is so you.
It's like everything I read. Hey guys, happy Marriage Monday. As you guys can tell from the intro of this video and the title of it, I did something super exciting. I said yes to the dress. I am so excited, oh my gosh. So I went wedding dress shopping last weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, with both my mom and my aunt, and we filmed some footage from there. I'm really excited to share this footage with you guys. I was a little nervous about it because I'm hesitant to show myself in wedding dresses, but the dresses you see may or may not end up looking like the one I chose. So Zachary, if you're watching this video, even when I told you not to, stop. Stop watching. I don't want you to see me in a wedding dress until the day of, so stop watching this video. Also, if you're watching this video and you want me in a wedding dress to be a complete surprise, go ahead and click away from this video. I totally understand. Maybe go check out some of my other Marriage Monday videos. But for those of you who do want to see and kind of know about my experience, I'm gonna tell you guys. So for this video, what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna share my actual experience with you guys and share some footage from the day of going wedding dress shopping. And then at the very end, I'm gonna share some tips with you guys and kind of just some things I didn't know about wedding dress shopping that I think future brides may wanna know. So stay tuned all the way to the end if you guys wanna hear my tips about wedding dress shopping. Okay, so on the morning of, my mom and my aunt carpooled up to Sacramento and they met me at my apartment and they brought me breakfast, which is so awesome. And we had tons of champagne on hand and we had mimosas for breakfast. I found that I was a little bit too nervous to eat, but I really did focus on getting something down so that I wouldn't be going out on an empty stomach, just because I don't do well when I have an empty stomach. I get hangry, I get nervous, so I made sure to eat breakfast on the morning of. It was kind of cool too because Zach had to close that day, and so he was with me in the morning and with my mom and my aunt, and we were just hanging out and just kind of talking, and it's just really cool to have all of these bonding experiences and watching like the families mesh together because the two of us, you know, our families are now one, and it's just really cool to see how they interact with each other. People that he's known his whole life interacting with me and my family, and then vice versa. It's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just being a bride, but it's such a cool experience. So after breakfast, we headed out and I had 3 appointments that day. The first one was for House of Fashion in Sacramento, and that's because they are actually, unfortunately, going out of business. The online world is killing physical stores. Like, everyone knows this, but like the bridal world, like people will just go into bridal shops to try on their dresses and then they will order online, which I'm totally not hating on that. I considered it. I just happened to find the one in the store. So if you did that, kudos to you because it's a great way to save money, but it really does unfortunately affect the industry. So House of Fashion was going out of business, so we decided to go there first, and they didn't have appointments since they're going to be closing down within the next couple of weeks here. So I didn't really have a consultant or anything, but I did get my own personal room. And before we went into House of Fashion, I actually filmed a little intro video for you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and insert that now. Hi guys! I'm so excited because today is the day I'm trying on wedding dresses. I'm so excited. Over here I have my mom and my aunt. They're all the way up there. It's hilarious, when I started this video and I started filming, my mom thought I was filming her, so she started waving, but I'm filming me, so that's hilarious. So we're at our first of 3 places. We're gonna try on dresses and I'll show you guys some sneak peeks. So I tried on 5 dresses at House of Fashion, and I'll show you guys both some stills and some footage from that store. I did find a dress that I definitely thought was going to be the one. I took pictures of the price tag. They made a really big deal of like not being able to hold it for me and that someone else wanted to try it on, but I just trusted that I had other appointments that day and I didn't have that absolute this is it moment, though I did cry. because it was the first time that I could really see it happening. If you have followed me through all my different channels and you know like about my other engagement story, I couldn't see myself going down the aisle. Like I never could visualize it. And the second I put on that dress that made me cry, I could see it. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry now. When I called off my first engagement for a really long time, I worried that maybe I wouldn't get another chance. Gosh, this is so hard. It's not a big deal, but I really worried that I wouldn't be able to find somebody again. And when I found Zach, I felt really lucky that I was given kind of like another chance at love, because I felt like I really messed up my first chance and that, you know, my first partner didn't really do anything wrong. And it's just a tough situation. So when I put on that dress, like I can, like to know it was actually gonna happen for me, like was just, it's hard. So it's really, really special. So, give me a second. All right, did not expect to cry making this video, but we left House of Fashion thinking that maybe we had found the dress, but because I had other appointments that would charge me if I canceled them, I knew I had to go. So we left House of Fashion and we headed over to David's Bridal. When we got to David's Bridal, we actually were pretty early to my appointment, so we decided to stop next door over at Kohl's and just, you know, window shop and go through the store. And we definitely showed up still like 45 minutes early to my appointment because I was so excited to just, you know, continue this process. So David's Bridal was completely different than the first, you know, wedding dress experience I had. I had an appointment at this place, so I was immediately assigned a consultant. She brought me to the floor, and she kind of showed me all of the different dresses that were there for me and told me that I could pick out what I was interested in, and then she would take me to a room to try them on. So when I went wedding dress shopping, I did have an idea of what I thought I wanted, but I was really, really open to trying anything and everything on. I really tried on a lot of dresses from my mom because I really just, you know, if she asked me to put it on, you know, she's really helping me put together this day, and she's dreamt of seeing me in a wedding dress just as long as I have. So if she wanted to see me in something, I wanted to put it on. So we picked out, I want to say like 15 dresses at David's Bridal. Like I pulled them off the rack and put them all on one section of the rack, and I was like, this is my section, don't touch it. I had like my aunt guarding it. I picked out so many dresses there. And so when my consultant came back, she was like, you can only have 5 dresses in your room. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So I picked out the first 5 that I wanted to try on. So we went into my room, and my consultant was actually helping another bride at the same time. And it was kind of interesting because it was like we were completely different brides. Like I was really laid back and chill, and the other bride was just really stressed out and upset that she couldn't find her dress. And it's interesting to see how different people handle different things. I just had such a different approach to wedding dress shopping that I don't really think I had that pressure of the one, but I'll explain that in a second, so stay tuned. So because my consultant was helping another bride, often my mom was the one helping me in and out of the dresses, which just, it was so special for me and my mom. I mean, we're both really uncoordinated and we know nothing about fashion, but just to have that experience of like having my mom, you know, pull the dress together and, oh gosh, this is, okay, I have to keep going. So I put on the first dress, and I will actually show you guys what that looked like now. This dress was completely something that I didn't think I was looking for, but everyone in the store told me that I looked absolutely beautiful. I was really not a fan though of like the see-through top. I know in photographs you actually can't tell, but all of the top is my skin. And I mean, I've lost 40 pounds, which I'm really excited about, but I wasn't there yet, and I don't want to worry on my wedding day. So and my aunt thankfully spoke up, and she just said I didn't have the same glow that I did in the other dresses that I had tried on at House of Fashion, and that it just, you know, even though it looked beautiful on me, it wasn't the right dress for me. So after that, we went back into the dressing room, and then the most unfortunate thing of the entire day happened. As I was taking off the dress that I just showed you guys, my mom was helping me out of it, and I'm clumsy and I'm uncoordinated, and I kicked my left foot into the wall so hard that it broke a toe. Like, I know I didn't go to the doctor and everyone thinks I'm being dramatic, but I broke my toe and it freaking hurt. And so like I was already having that panic of like, oh my God, my toe is broken, this really hurts, and I'm freaking out. But then my mom just grabbed another dress and she was like, don't worry about it, put it on, like just put your wedding dress on, don't think about your toe. So I listened, and thankfully what happened is I put on the dress. Now, did you guys really think you guys were gonna come to this video and get to see what I was wearing on my wedding day? I mean, it's me, guys. Come on. I wasn't gonna, ruin the surprise, but I will share some of that moment with you, the audio of it. So here is the moment that I saw myself in my wedding dress for the very first time.
That is so you.
It's like everything I read.
Once you put the whole look together, huh? I totally get it. Thank you. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Oh my God, it is everything I ever dreamed it would be.
Oh my God.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
it. I love it.
I
What do you
love
think about
this.
the
I love this veil. Oh my God.
veil? I think it looks beautiful, babe.
You're crying.
I think it's so pretty. It's so you.
So once I had the dress on, I completely forgot I had a broken toe. I ended up not remembering about my toe until like 8 hours later when it was like killing me because I broke it, because I did. So as soon as I was in the dress, I immediately I knew, and I started crying. And so we started accessorizing, and I could just really see every single bit of my wedding day look coming together. I just had so much fun picking out, my bridal day look with my mom and my aunt, and we took so many pictures, and I had a group chat with all of my bridesmaids in it, and I was sending them photos, and they were just so excited for me, and it was just such a magical experience. And so the last thing I actually got to do in my wedding dress is a tradition that they have at David's Bridal. They have this bell, and I'll give you guys the audio of it now so you guys can kind of hear the little tradition here.
Here at David's Bridal, we have a tradition where I should close your eyes, make a wish for your future, and after you make your wish, you open your eyes for you. Congratulations!
And if you didn't catch that in the video, they give you this bell and they tell you to close your eyes and make a wish for, your marriage and your future. And once you've made that wish, you open your eyes and you ring the bell. And it was just so special. I mean, I was a mess by that point, and I got the bell. She told me all this. I was closing my eyes while she told me, and then as soon as she finished talking, I opened them, and I realized, like, oh my gosh, I haven't made the wish, so I closed my eyes again, and I was like, did I ruin it? Does it not count now? But I think it's just so perfect of, like, me and Zach and our relationship. So it was such a special experience, and I cannot believe that I have a wedding dress, and I actually couldn't believe it that day either. Hey guys, so I haven't updated in a while. Right now we are outside of David's Bridal, and I have a wedding dress! I'm so excited! And there's champagne in this cup. There's absolutely champagne in this cup. And I have a wedding dress, so I'm so excited.
And she has a wedding dress! Yay!
So we're canceling my last appointment because why would I go? And we're gonna go drink champagne and barbecue and hang out and have family time because I am officially a bride. I have a dress. Oh my God. So that was it. I mean, it was really a laid back experience. It was so chill. It was so fun. We had champagne. I wasn't drunk. I felt good. I wasn't nervous. I just had the best experience besides the fact that I broke my toe, but it didn't matter. The dress was the perfect dress, and I cannot wait to walk down the aisle to Zachary in it. I cannot wait to see his reaction. I pray he cries, but I've only seen Zach cry twice in my entire life, so I don't know if it'll happen, but I hope he's emotional. I hope it's what he dreamed his future bride. Oh gosh, do guys dream about what their future brides look like? But I'm just so happy. So I just want to end this video with just a couple quick tips for you guys. The number one thing I want to tell you guys is kind of the philosophy I had when I went wedding dress shopping. My philosophy for wedding dress shopping is there is no such thing as the dress. there are so many dresses. I mean, it is impossible. I went to 2 bridal boutiques. I ended up canceling that 3rd appointment. Thankfully, they didn't charge me the cancellation fee. But even in those 2 appointments, there were hundreds, if not thousands of dresses. I could have gone all over California. I could have gone across the country. I could have gone across the world. There are so many dresses. So to put that pressure on yourself of saying you have to find the one, for me, that was way too much anxiety. I couldn't face the fact that I would have to go through thousands and thousands and thousands of dresses to know that I really had made the right decision. So what I decided is there were probably, 80, who knows how many dresses in that store that would have looked just as beautiful, if not more beautiful on me than the dress that I chose. But my dress is my dress. I knew it from the second I put it on. I knew that this was what I wanted, and I was so happy with it, and I had such a beautiful reaction and moment with it that I didn't need anything else, and that was enough for me. So if you're, really struggling with that pressure and that anxiety, I hope that that can give you some sort of comfort. If you're the type of person who wants to go out there and search every single store until you find the one, more power to you. I hope it's fun for you, because I just want that for, bridal dress and wedding dress shopping should be exciting. And whatever that means for you is exactly perfect. My second tip that I didn't really realize is wear white undergarments. I know that sounds so obvious, but I wore nude and then I wore black shorts because I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. But in the store, I actually couldn't see that. And so I didn't know that, you could see anything underneath. It wasn't until I looked at the pictures later, I realized, oh, you can definitely see the black shorts that I was wearing underneath my dress that day. So thankfully for me, it wasn't a huge deal because I decided on a dress. I found it that day. I couldn't see the black shorts in the store, so they didn't affect my decision at all. But had I not said yes to a dress and then been looking at those photos later on to make a decision, I could see it and it looked really weird. And it took me a minute to figure out, why does it look like that? And I realized what it was. And that really could hurt when you're trying to decide and compare photos to see what a dress really looks like. So buy new undergarments and make sure they're white, not nude. They will show through. Another thing that I didn't realize until I actually went wedding dress shopping, again, I've been one of those girls who's been planning it since she was 2. I was crazy on Pinterest throughout college, but wedding dresses are freaking heavy. You guys, nobody told me that wedding dresses feel like they weigh 8 billion pounds. So when I had this idea of dresses, I had certain styles, different things I wanted to try on, and I had no idea how much certain styles weigh. A lot of the dresses that I put on thinking that I would absolutely love ended up just being far too heavy for me. And again, that's just personal preference, but it's something that I definitely didn't factor in when I was dreaming and thinking about wedding dresses. Another tip I want to give you guys is champagne. Now, I'm not a huge alcohol drinker. I rarely ever drink, but it was really nice that most places will let you take it. Now, I know this isn't like a, wow, Megan, this is so shocking. A lot of people know this, but a lot of people don't know that you can bring your own to wedding dress shopping. You can pay extra to have them provide it for you, and some of the really fancy places will just have it, but almost every boutique will let you bring it if you ask. So that was a really fun thing that we were able to do, and it was a little bit more affordable to bring our own champagne than purchase the packages that they had. And then lastly, the only final tip I have for you guys is, for me, truly less was more. I'm a bride with anxiety, and so I needed to have less people with me that day. As much as I would have loved to have every single person in my bridal party, all of Zach's family, all of my female relatives, there were so many more people I would have loved to have with me that day. And truthfully, number one, most of the places do not have space to accommodate more than 2 or 3 people. If I had brought my entire entourage, we would not have fit where they had put me. And so I wouldn't have probably had the really great mirrors that I loved and the smaller, intimate experience. So that was a factor in it. There's not enough space, period. But number 2 is, at the end of the day, it was my wedding dress, and I really wanted that to show through. I didn't want a lot of external opinions. If people look at my wedding dress and think, wow, she should have chosen something else, that's their choice. Like, they're allowed to think that, but it's not their wedding, so that's fine. As long as Zach thinks I look beautiful, truthfully, there's nothing else in the world that matters to me. So less was more for me, and thankfully my entire wedding party was just so understanding. Nobody was upset, nobody was mad. We still made it magical and special through chat. So technology really does a lot for us these days. So use your technology, have the experience you want, don't put too much pressure on yourself, and just have fun and be open-minded, and you'll find the one, I promise you. Thanks for watching, you guys. I have so many more updates for you guys. I asked my flower girls, my ring bearers, we've picked out colors, Zach has a ring. There's just so much to update you guys on. I'm gonna be doing that very soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram. The link is down here. I post lots of stuff about my wedding, but I also do stuff like Christmas decorations and just stuff about my life if you guys wanna follow me over there. Make sure you're subscribed to me and you turn that notification bell on so you know when I post videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!